A fifth year if you can believe. Professor Weasley insists that they will need an escort and a mentor to help them acclimatize before term begins. I have assigned the task to you. Please see Professor Weasley for details. Professor Phineas Nigellus Black, Headmaster. Circle button.
Revelio. Revelio. Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to...
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade? With Rookwood?
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me. And he would have, had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Ranrock and Rookwood want the locket. Sir, about the goblins at Gringotts.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
Ranrock and Rookwood want the locket.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. The restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Quests may have level or tool requirements in order to activate them. Check the quest log or your current task options button to remind you what is required for each quest to be activated. Quests may have map, Flue Flames locations, quests. All, Professor Hecat's assignment 1. Professor Hecat would like to speak to me about some additional assignments. Report to Professor Hecat. Reward, Secrets of the Restricted Section. I need to complete Professor Hecat's assignment before I can continue with this quest. You must learn the fire-making charm to continue this story. Requirements. Professor Hecat's assignment 1. Professor Hecat's assignment 1. Cross button. Track quest. Map. Flu Flames, Hogwarts, Professor Hackett's Assignment 1. Charms Classroom. Cross button.
I think I'll miss you.
Really?
I shan't miss you.
Stop. I'm trying to be serious for once.
Suit yourself.
I might even miss you.
Liar.
Your brain doesn't fill up.
Map. Flu Flames locations. Secrets of the restricted section. The Astronomy Wing. The Astronomy Wing. The Astronomy U. Professor Hackett's triangle button. The Astronomy.
To agree.
No, for goodness sake.
I can't wait until I'm asleep. I don't want to waste my time with her boring.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio, we have some matters to discuss.
Hebridean Black Skeleton. Guide pages. This large dragon skeleton that hangs in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom is allegedly a trophy taken by Professor Hackett after she single-handedly defeated one of the largest poaching rings in eastern Wales during the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. Cross button.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs, and, when necessary, defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Map. The Astronomy Wing. The wing of Professor Hackett's the South Wing. The South Wing. Spell combination Professor Hackett's assignment 1. Professor Hackett's assignment 1. I met with Professor Hackett. She gave me a list of tasks to do. Hospital wing. The faculty tower. Hospital. Hogwarts South exit. Faculty tower. Clock tower court. Faculty tower. Clock tower courtyard.
Glad you're back.
Hello, Lucan. Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed ones all set?
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed ones all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
Ready for another round.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
Natsai Onai. Sebastian Cello.
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get to it.
Ready to get thrashed?
Apologies in advance.
Break through violet shields with force spells like the summoning charm, Accio. Target lock R3 button lets you track enemies without aiming. Use right stick left and right to change targets while locked. Cross button.
Act like a winner.
There goes my wager. Stupid one.
Don't shy away now.
Leviosa. Glad I didn't bet on that round.
Bravo.
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
I am.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Accio.
Lumos. Utility. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Control. Levitates objects and enemies.
Excellent form!
Leviosa.
Good one! You'll get it!
Leviosa. Accio.
Nicely done! I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Assignment's all finished.
Map, Flue Flames locations. Professor Hackett's Assignment 1. Professor Triangle button. Hogwarts. Professor Hackett's Assignment 1. Charms Classroom.
I think he was hungry.
More like he doesn't like you.
Balthazar loves me.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Map, Flue Flames locations. Hogwarts, Secrets of the Restricted, Triangle button. Open quest log. Cross button. Untrack.
I don't know anyone else. I'm his friend.
Well, how is it you had a bloody nose from this supposedly adoring Puffskein?
Map, Flue Flames, the Astronomy, Secret, the Astronomy Wing. The Astronomy Wing. Charms Classroom, Professor Hackett's Assignment 1. I completed all of the tasks Professor Hackett assigned me. I should report back to her now. Rewards. Incendio. Return to Professor Hackett. Charms Classroom, Professor Fig's Classroom. Professor Hackett's Assignment 1. Professor Fig's Classroom. Professor Fig's Classroom. Cross button.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Map, Flue Flames locations. The Secrets of the the Astronomy. This is your location. The Astronomy Wing.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you and that you found success in your endeavors.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hackett.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate, and keep your wand steady.
You have learned enough spells that you'll need to equip Incendio to your spell set. Lumos. Utility. Allows you to see in dark areas or solve Incendio. Damage. Its range is short and requires you to be close to the target. This spell deals significant damage and lights certain triangle button. R2 button. Hold to assign. Circle button. Incendio is a heavy damage spell that unleashes destructive flames at a short range.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Quests. The Deadline. Secrets of the Restricted Section. Cross button. Up map. Flu Flames. Secrets of the Astronomy Wing. Secrets of the Astronomy Wing. Secrets of the Charms Classroom. Secrets of the Restricted Section. I should report back to Professor Fig and let him know that I've learned Incendio. Astronomy Tower. Professor Fig's classroom.
Ah, there you are.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Heckard.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig! I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your
is...
schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
She's always showing up about her.
Sebastian, there you are.
There you are. You promised me an explanation for what happened in the Three Broomsticks. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
It's to do with Ranrock.
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this port key.
A port key? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
See you tonight. What if we're caught?
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt. but a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
See you tonight. What about...
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books, so do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
See you tonight.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Lumos. Utility. Disillusionment. Utility. Causes you to blend into your surroundings, making it more triangle button R2 button. Use disillusionment avoid being detected in off-limit areas. Cross button. Continue.
I'll be quieter than a jobberknoll.
Nearby adversaries will sense and then investigate suspicious behavior. Being caught by authority figures will result in quest failure. Cross button. Continue.
I shall pretend I cannot see you.
Librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
Good idea. Why do we need the key?
Wait, why do we need a key? Isn't there a spell for this?
Alohomora. That's how I always used to get in. But the librarian twigged that I knew the spell and cast an anti-Alohomora charm on the lock. So now it's just this key. But don't worry. I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
The key.
Is someone there?
Is that you, Peeves?
That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that book.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Use basic cast while undetected to lure authority figures and enemies to a desired location. Aim mode L2 button grants precision spell targeting, and reveals additional spell targets. Cross button. Accept.
Ghost, don't let her see you. Should be in the cliff. There's no need for us to be skulking about.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No! We've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
Who have we here? Sebastian Solo and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't you...
I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Don't get into trouble. Can I trust you?
How do I know you won't go to the librarian and blame this all on me?
Why would I do that? I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where has that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
Lumos. Lumos. Utility. Allows you to see in dark areas or Descendo. Reparo. Triangle but R2 but.
Reparo. Revelio. Of course, traces of ancient magic. That's it! might this lead?
Lumos. Utility. Levioso. Reparo. Lumos. Triangle button. Arc.
Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Ah, I need to wake up that rune over there. Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
L2 button to free aim.
Incendio. I wonder if I can hit the rune with a spell. Lumos. Levioso. Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Your gift of ancient magic accumulates by successfully attacking or taking damage. Successful 10+ hit combos will begin generating ancient magic power-ups. Collecting these will greatly fill your ancient magic meter and recover a small amount of health. Cross button. Continue. When at least one segment of your ancient magic meter is full, you can cast devastating ancient magic attacks that deal massive damage and break shield charms. Tap L1 button plus R1 button when you see the prompt over an
Levioso. This must be the way forward, but to where? Incendio. Accio. Levioso.
Lumos. Utility, Expelliarmus. Disillusionment, Lumos. Levioso. Control. Levitates objects and enemies. Useful for solving
Levioso. Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
Level 9. Gear. Handwear. Ornate ebony gloves. Stinger dueling gloves. Extraordinary. Handwear. Faceywear. Gold dragon-eyed spectacles. Legendary. Neckwear. Cloaks and robe. Flying mounts. Broom. Cloaks and robe. Face. Wand handles. Natural. Headwear. Circle button. Handwear. Equipped item.
It is a book after all.
wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year. I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we've never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Map, Flue Flames locations. The Astronomy Wing. The Astronomy Wing. Defense Professor.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood? Makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
Of course. What will you tell them?
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
Of course.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Natty just sent you an owl post requesting to meet her in Lower Hogsfield, a hamlet. Touchpad button. Map, Flue Flames locations. Collection chests. 3 out of 35. Field guide pages. 22 out of 150. Dummies statues. 0 collection chests. 3 out of 35. Field guide pages. 22 out of 150. Dummies statues. 0 world map, the Highlands. Enemy level. 1 to 20. Collection chests. 0 out of 117. Field guide pages. 0 out of 31. Merlin trials. 0 out of 95. Ancient magic hotspots. 0 out of 20. Balloons. 0 Lower Hogsfield. Lower Hogsfield is located in the countryside and is the closest hamlet to Hogwarts. In reverence to the school that taught them all, the inhabitants decided on the name Hogsfield. However, around the same time, the villagers of Upper Hogsfield also opted for the name Hogsfield, after Hogsmeade. Thus, an unhappy compromise was decided upon and each village added a qualifier to their name. Collection chests. 0 out of 3. Dummies statues. 0 out of 1. As you explore, you will remove fog and reveal more of the map, unveiling new opportunities like hamlets, dungeons, bandit camps, and many other locations.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Map, Flu Flames location, quests. Herbology class. The girl, Herbology, Professor Hackett's assignment 2. Professor Hackett wants me to practice avoiding attacks by dodge rolling. Crossed wands, round 3. The fight spell combination practice 2. The Crossed Wands Club meets regularly in the clock tower. I should be able to find Luke and Brattleby there. Map. Flu Flames, Hogwarts, spell combination practice 2, Crossed Wands, round 3. The final Crossed Wands, round 3. The Crossed Wands, round 3. The final Clock Faculty Tower. Clock Tower Courtyard. The Faculty Tower, Clock Tower Courtyard, Faculty Tower. The Faculty Tower of Hogwarts Map, the Bell Tower Wing. The Grand Staircase, the Grand Staircase, the Grand Stair, the South Wing. Clock Tower Courtyard.
Revelio.